Hi friends, this is Mrs. Hahn again. Today we're going to be doing one word problem together. You're going to follow along and do it with me. I'll tell you what page it's on in just a minute. Then you're going to come back to this page and you're going to complete this word problem in your math notebook. It's going to be checked and graded, so make sure you do your best. And then you're going to do the exit ticket for lesson 16 on page 113 in your blue Learn book. It's a tricky one. Do your best, write neatly. It will be collected and graded next time we're together. The word problem, you just need to click here to get to the next page. It's about oranges and pineapples, and it's multi-step, just like the one that we're going to do together. So you're probably going to need to draw 2 tape diagrams to match all parts of the story. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to our application problem that we're going to do together. Turn to page 107 in your blue Learn book. Pause the video so you can get all set up. All right, welcome back. Now that you're all set up, let's work on this together. Remember, you're going to follow along and do the same thing that I'm doing at the same time, or pause the video and catch up and then play for some more instructions. You can always re-watch the video at the end as well. This is on page 107 in your blue Learn book. This problem is a lot like the problems we did yesterday, but this one also has multi-steps. That means there's 2 parts to it. So when we solve one part, it's just the beginning. We need to take that information and solve the next part. Let's read the problem together. Jesse and 3 friends buy snacks for a hike. They buy a trail mix for $5.42, apples for $2.55, and granola bars for $3.39. If the 4 friends split the cost of the snacks equally, how much should each friend pay? All right, so thinking about that problem, I can see that I need to find out the total, how much they spent for all of their snacks, and then I'm going to need to split the cost between the friends equally, and that means dividing. So I'm going to set up my first tape diagram. I'm going to make a nice long one because I know that I'm going to do some labeling and some writing inside of here. Okay, I have 3 snacks, and you don't have to divide it up equally because they are not equal parts. So I'm going to do a larger section for the trail mix, which was $5.42. Trail mix. And they bought apples for $2.55. And they bought granola bars for $3.39. So again, I have to write neatly and small so that it all fits on here. And maybe I should have drawn a slightly bigger tape diagram. You can draw yours a little bit bigger if you need to. So now I can see that I have all the parts, but I don't have the total. Part, whole, part, whole is how I find out the total. So I'm going to add up the 3 parts. $5.42, and I'm going to set this up in a standard algorithm like we've been practicing in class. I'm going to make sure I'm writing neatly and lining up my place values and my decimal points. Okay. Now adding with 3 addends can be tricky, but I can keep 3 numbers in my head at one time. I'm going to choose the 2 easiest. Well, I know 9 needs 1 more to get to 10. So if I take 1 out of 5, I have 4 left. So 10, 4, 14, and 2 more makes 16. 5 and 3 make 8, plus 2 more makes 10, 2 more makes 12, and 1 more is 13. Bring down my decimal point. And 2 and 3 makes 5. 5 and 5 is 10, and one more is 11. So the three friends spent $11.36 total for all their snacks. And I might even label this whole tape diagram snacks. All right, so that's one part of the problem. I needed to find out the total cost because the four friends are going to split the cost equally. So now I can make a new tape diagram. I can take my total and I'm going to relabel it $11.36. But this time, instead of 3 uneven parts, I'm going to break it into 4 equal parts because the four friends are going to share the cost. And I don't know how much each person is going to spend. So this would be cost for one friend. All right. So I can see that I have 4 units. 4 units equals $11.36. 1 unit is what I need to find out, and I don't know that. But I do know that I can take $11.36 and divide it by 4 to find out the cost of 1 unit. All right, and so to set that up again, like before, I'm going to set up $11.36 divided by 4 equals, and I'm going to leave a blank spot to fill in when I'm done doing my work. I'm going to set this up in a standard algorithm, $11.36, and I'm going to leave the dollar sign off just for now, just so I have room to work. Okay, $11 split into 4 groups. Each friend could pay, if they pay once, I use up 4 of them. If they pay $2 each, then I use up 8. If they pay $3 each, then I use up 12. So I'm going to go with 2 because I can't go over 11. 4 times 2 is 8. 11 take away 8 is 3. I'm going to put my decimal point back up and bring down my next place value. You might have noticed yesterday and today as I'm explaining the division, we typically use the term 4 goes into, which is perfectly fine when we're used to doing the long division, but I'm going to say it a lot of different ways so that we can remember why we do what we do and what the place values mean. Remember, this is our total, this is the number of groups we have, and up here is our quotient or our answer, but what it means is how much each group gets. And that makes sense for the problem that I'm working on because I need to find out how much each group gets. All right, sorry. We're going to bring down the 3. 4 goes into 33. Let's think about multiplication that we know. I know that 4 times 8 is 32. Remember, times 4 is double double. 8 doubled is 16, and 16 doubled is 32. Double double. 33 minus 32 leaves me with 1. I'm going to bring down the 6. And 4 times 4 is 16, so I'm going to use up all of these. I'm going to have 0 left over, which is good because I have no more places, and we don't have money that goes into the thousands place value. So my total per 1 unit is $2.84. Now I'm going to put it into my tape diagram. You don't have to, but I like to see it there. And I know that since they're all the same, that I don't need to write it 4 times. And on your paper, you have some lines to write your sentence at the bottom. You can write it on the lines or you can write it just in the space underneath if you still have space. So that's what I'm going to do. Each friend, I'm taking my solution right from the question. How much should each friend pay? Each friend should pay $2.84. And I'm done. I read the problem, I drew the parts that matched, I wrote my equations, and I wrote my reasoning on how to solve and which operation I chose to do, and I wrote my answer in a statement form. This problem had 2 steps, and I needed 2 tape diagrams. The problems you're working on today also are going to need 2 tape diagrams. There's 2 parts to the problem, so make sure you're reading them carefully. And the exit ticket that you're going to find on page 113 is tricky because it gives you some tape diagrams and you need to come up with the problem. So really think through about the stories and what would realistically match for the tape diagrams that were provided to you. Good luck, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Bye.